Mara's plasma torch carved a glowing scar across the derelict's hull. Sparks died in the vacuum. She kicked the molten edge free and hauled herself through the breach. Juno's voice crackled in her helmet. Heartbeat signal 200 meters coreward. Faint. Degrading. You have 47 minutes before your tanks hit red. Acknowledged. Mara magnetized her boots to the deck and swept her floodlight. Twisted conduits dripped frozen coolant. The ship groaned under micro-meteor scars. Sentries dead. Adrift in the salvage zone. She followed the ping. Corridors narrowed. Bulkheads buckled. Her suit's servos whirred against debris. A salvage drone buzzed past. Kestbor's crew probing for scrap. Hostiles inbound, Juno warned. Ditch the scenic route. Cut straight. Mara ignited her torch again. Bulkhead yielded. She squeezed through, pulse steady. The signal throbbed stronger now, pulling her to a sealed vault door. Glyphs pulsed faintly on its surface. Alien script. Pre-collapse era. Her scanner locked on. Life signs. 1. Female. Stasis locked. Heartbeat erratic. Vault integrity at 23%, Juno said. Cracks in the cryo seal. Breach it now or she flatlines. Mara wedged her pry bar into the seam. Servos strained. The door hissed open on failing hydraulics. Frost billowed out. Behind cracked glass, eyes met hers. Violet irises slit-pupiled, wide with shock. The alien woman floated in a web of tubes and failing stasis webs. Skin like polished obsidian gleamed under bioluminescent veins. Long silver tendrils framed her face, twitching. Air Solon. Mara knew the profile. Lone custodian of this vault ship. Signal broadcasting for rescue across the void. Centuries alone. Mara raised her hands, palms out. No weapons. She thumbed her helmet release. Seals popped. Air cycled out. She pulled it free, letting her short-cropped hair float loose. Breath fogged in the chill. Easy, Mara said, voice soft through her suit's external speakers. I'm Mara Vance, rescue specialist. Your signal pulled me in. Can I approach? Check your seals. Ears gaze darted. Tubes snaked into her arms, pulsing weak blue. The glass spider-webbed further. She didn't blink. Her tendrils coiled tight. Mara waited. Empty hands stayed open. No grab, no scan. Consent first. Protocol. Air's clawed hand rose slow. She pressed it to the glass opposite Mara's face. A glyph ignited under her palm. Crimson warning. Alarms wailed. Vault bulkheads slammed shut behind Mara. Red lights strobed. The derelict shuddered. Lockdown initiated. Juno barked. Ship's defenses live. Kess's crew just pinged the vault. They're coming hot. Armed. Mara spun. The vault sealed her in. Ear floated still. Eyes locked on her. You triggered defenses, Mara said. Smart, but your stasis is cracking. Life support fails in 20 minutes. We need out. Together. Air's tendrils uncurled fractionally. She tapped another glyph. A translator matrix flickered to life on the glass, halting, archaic. Stranger, Ear's voice echoed. Melodic rasp warped by centuries of disuse. Custodians do not yield vaults. Profit seekers circle. You breathe free air? Mara nodded. Human. We don't strip vaults. We answer signals. She edged closer. Gloved hand hovering near the glass. Permission to scan? Non-invasive. Air's claws scraped glass. Hesitation, then a faint nod. Glyph turned green. Mara pressed her scanner. Data flooded her HUD. Stasis web frayed, bonded to Ear's neural net, failing from power starve. Heartbeat stabilized slightly. You're bonded to this tech, Mara murmured. It's killing you slow. I can patch it mobile. But we move now. Salvagers breach in 90 seconds. Ear's eyes narrowed. Trust breaks custodians. Sentries silent. Why you? Mara met her gaze. Because your signal said yes. And I asked before I touch. Footsteps clanged outside. Kess's crew. Power tools whined. Eyre's tendrils lashed. She punched a release. Glass pane shattered inward. Shards floated harmless. Mara caught a fragment midair. Ear drifted forward. Tubes trailing like umbilicals. Touch, Air whispered. Careful. Mara's fingers brushed a tube junction. Clamp sealed. Ear gasped. Veins pulsing brighter. Juno cut in. They're torching the outer door. 45 seconds. Grab her and jet your suit O2 at 38%. Mara sliced the stasis web with precision cuts. Tubes retracted into Ayer's skin, self-sealing ports. Ayer sagged into Mara's arms, light as vacuum. Got you! Mara clipped her harness to Ayer's waist. Hold on. Tight. Ayer's claws gripped Mara's suit. Warmth seeped through, alien body heat humming against cold metal. They spun toward the vault's emergency hatch. Mara torched it open. Corridor beyond swarmed shadows, Kess's goons in rig suits, plasma rifles hot. Intruders! Kess's voice boomed over open channel. Vault's mine by claim. Drop the asset. Mara fired her maneuvering thrusters. She and Ayer shot into the corridor. Bullets sparked off walls. Kinetic rounds, vacuum safe. Ayer twisted in her grip. Her tendrils flared, emitting a sonic pulse. Nearest goon clutched his helmet, staggering. Disruptor field, Ayer rasped. Custodian gift. Mara grinned fierce. Love it. More? They barreled past. Cass blocked the junction ahead, hulking in powered armor. Vance.
Hand her over. That vault's a fortune.
Mara braked hard. Boots magnetized. She's not scrap door. Signal was rescue priority. Cass leveled his rifle. Priority's profit. Last chance. Ayer stirred. Her claws extended, interfacing with a wall panel. Lights flickered. Gravity wells activated. Localized spin, slamming Cass sideways into bulkhead. Mara jetted forward. They cleared him. Alarm screamed ship-wide. Juno! Extraction vector! Mara yelled. Breached your entry point! Drones inbound. 22 minutes 02. Life support critical. Ears failing. Ayer's breath hitched against Mara's neck. Cold. Web unravels. Mara rerouted suit power. Cable snaked from her pack, plugging into Ayer's ports. Warmth cycled through. Ayer's eyes widened. You share life? Standard up. Mara shouldered debris aside. Keeps you stable. They hit the breached hull. Stars wheeled outside. Kess's ship loomed. Salvage tug bristling weapons. Mara's thruster pack ignited. They arrowed into void. Incoming fire, Juno snapped. Evasive, round zipped past. Mara rolled them hard. Ayer clung tighter, tendrils wrapping Mara's arm. Gentle anchor. A glyph formed on Ayer's palm, projected into vacuum. It pulsed, jamming Kess's targeting. Counterhack, Ayer said. We balance. Mara's shuttle beacon flared ahead. Juno's work. They docked hard. Airlock cycled. Inside, Mara laid Ayer on the med slab. Tubes reconnected. Scans hummed. Juno's hologram flickered. Life support patched. 72 hours stable. Kess tails us. Warp in 60 seconds. Ayer's hand caught Mara's wrist. Claws retracted fully. You asked. Waited. Shared. Mara squeezed back. Protocol. And you fought with me. Violet eyes held hers. Tendrils brushed. The glyph pulsed crimson on the vault wall. Trust. Mara Vance held position. Mag boots clamped to the deck. Her suit lamps cut through the gloom, illuminating frost-rimmed panels. The alien's voice, layered harmonics through failing speakers, vibrated her helmet. Ear Solon, centuries alone. No rescue plea. Trust first. Trust earned, Mara signed. Palms open. Universal protocol. Thumbs up for yes, crossed for no. She activated her wrist scanner. Blue beam swept her body. Results projected on her visor. Clean. No injectors. No neural clamps. No chem-laced air. Ears tendrils quivered behind the inner hatch. Violet eyes gleamed through the translucent barrier. Stranger shares no bonds? Mara repeated the signs. Slow. Deliberate. Thumbs up. No restraints. No toxins. Scanner data beamed to the wall panel. Open source. Unencrypted. Human baseline vitals only. Adrenaline spiked from 0G breach. Nothing hidden. Silence stretched. Vault alarms whined softer. O2 at 18%. Ayer's life support flickered. Stasis field warping her silhouette. Lockdown hissed. One layer peeled back. Secondary force field dropped. Ayer cycled in, stale and metallic. Ayer's form sharpened. Tall. Lithe. Skin like polished obsidian veined with biolume. 4 tendrils curled from her shoulders, claws sheathed. Ports glowed on her neck, linked to crumbling conduits. Now. Ear projected. Glyph shifting to binary prompt. Yes or no. Repeat. Mara unclipped her harness. Floated forward. Yes. Stranger claims no harm. Yes. Stranger leaves if denied. Yes. Mara met those eyes. Protocol demanded it. Consent or abort. Stranger shares burden. Mara paused. Glyph waited. Yes. Ears tendrils stilled. Protocol binds you. Life binds. Mara said. Translators bridged the gap. Rough, but clear. Air's isolation tech interfaced poorly with human rigs. Outer comms crackled. Juno's voice, sharp as a drill. Mara, Kess's crew torches the outer hull. Drones in 14 minutes. Vault O2 failing, hers first. 8 minutes critical. Mara keyed mute. Focused. Air's breath fogged the barrier. Claws extended half an inch, testing air. Prove share, Ear demanded. Hatch irised wider. Enough for one suited human. Mara jetted her pack. Docked at the sill. No grab. No force. She yanked her suit umbilicals. Spare O2 line snaked out. Backup tank. 40% full. Vault intake vent pulsed red. Desperate. Direct feed, Mara said. Crimped the hose. Plugged into Ear's port cluster. Hiss. Pressure. Equalized. Frost melted on the alien's skin. Ear gasped. Lumens brightened in her veins. You. Give breath. Not. Take. Buys 10 minutes. Mara monitored flows on her HUD. Suit reserves dipped to 12%, but stable. Vault alarms quieted. Your stasis failing. Kess wants the vault intact. For scrap. Glyph bloomed green. Kess door. Profiteer. Centuries he hunts relics. I guard. Tendrils brush the hose. Gentle test. No yank. Human shares without claim. Standard op. Mara rerouted power next. Arc welder leads from her pack, latched to Ear's failing grid. Heat cycled. Air's frame steadied. No more shivers. Juno intruded again. 10 minutes to breach. Kess signals parlay. Bull. He's arming grapples. Air's eyes narrowed. You fight him. Evac first. Mara signed yes, no again. Habit. Consent loop. Air retracted claws fully. Ports clicked open. Protocol holds. Trust given. Stasis hatch groaned. Final lockdown cycled. Ear stepped forward. Weak. Legs buckled. She fell, deliberate, into Mara's arms. Mara caught her, solid. Warm despite the cold. Tendrils looped Mara's waist. Anchor, not restraint. Weight pressed chest to chest. Air's breath synced with O2 feed. Violet eyes inches away. Carry. Balance. Got you. Mara fired thrusters. They spun toward the breach tunnel. Debris pinged off her suit. Air's form molded close. Trust in the hold. Kess's voice boomed through hull speakers. Bance. That's my claim. Drop the relic, or we vent you. Mara shouldered a jammed grate. Sparks flew. Juno. Spin wells on my mark. Clear the path. Acknowledged. Vector locked. Your O2 at 9%. Her vitals spiking. Stasis withdrawal. Ears tendril traced Mara's helmet seal. Glyph projected on the visor feed. Shared life. We balance. They burst into the outer bay. Kess's silhouette loomed through viewports. Salvage tug grinding close. Drones swarmed like hornets. Wells activated, Juno barked. Localized spin slammed bulkheads. Kess's crew yelped over open channel. Sideways into struts. Mara jetted forward. Air clutched tight. They cleared the lock. Alarms screamed ship-wide. Extraction vector, Mara yelled. Breached your entry point. Drones inbound. 22 minutes O2 total. Life support critical. Hers failing rebound. Air's breath hitched against Mara's neck. Cold. Web unravels. Mara rerouted suit power mid-void. Cables snaked from her pack, plugging Air's ports. Warmth cycled. Ear's eyes widened. You share life again? Standard up. Mara shouldered phantom debris. Instinct. Keeps you stable. Kess's ship bristled weapons. Mara's thruster pack ignited. They arrowed into the black. Incoming fire! Juno snapped. Evasive! Brown zipped past. Mara rolled hard. Ear clung tighter. Tendrils wrapped Mara's arm. Gentle anchor. A glyph formed on Ear's palm, projected into vacuum. It pulsed, jamming Kess's targeting arrays. Counteract! Ear murmured through suit link. We balance. Mara's shuttle beacon flared ahead, Juno painting it bright. They docked hard. Airlock cycled with a clang. Inside, Mara laid air on the med slab. Tubes auto-connected. Scans hummed. Juno's hologram flickered blue. Life support patched. 72 hours stable. Kess tails us. Warp in 60 seconds. Ear's hand caught Mara's wrist. Claws stayed retracted. You asked. Waited. Shared. Mara squeezed back. Removed her helmet. Air tasted clean. Protocol. And you fought with me. Violet eyes held hers. Tendrils brushed Mara's cheek. Soft exploratory. Skin met skin. Warmth spread. Unbidden. Air's voice lost its synthetic edge. Harmonics pure. Centuries sealed. Strangers broke others. You. Protocol is care. Mara traced a tendril. Smooth. Alive. Care's mutual.
You hacked their guns. Saved us both.
Juno's hologram pulsed urgent. Warp priming. Kess locks on. 30 seconds. Emotional subroutine. Offline. Move. Ear pulled Mara closer. Lumens pulsed in sync with Mara's heartbeat. Bond forms, not stasis. Real. Mara leaned in. Lips brushed tendril tip. Consent given. Real enough. Kess's hail cut through. Vance. That vault's mine. Billions in tech. Hand her over! Mara ignored it. Sealed the slab. Strapped in beside ear. Juno. Punch it. Warp coils whined. Stars stretched. Kess's ship fell astern. Ear's tendril intertwined fingers. Where now? Core worlds. Sanctuary. Mara watched her drift to sleep. Stabilized. But questions lingered. Mara slapped thermal foil around Air's shivering form. The alien woman's tendrils quivered under the silver wrap. Ice crackled across the corridor bulkheads. Flash freeze cycle hit again. Mara hefted Air onto her back. Carrier straps bit into shoulders. Hold on. Juno, path to airlock? Juno's voice crackled in Mara's helmet. Forward 50 meters. Freeze in 45 seconds. Kess's salvage rig inbound. ETA 4 minutes. Life support on ear. 28%. Ear's arms locked around Mara's neck. Claws pricked suit fabric. Retracted fast. A tendril snaked to Mara's wrist, pressed against the cuff sensor. Vibrations. Wrong path. Left. Mara pivoted. Boots crunched frost. Air's touch pulsed data. Hull tremors mapped in her mind. Centuries in this derelict had tuned her to its groans. Mara trusted it. No time for doubt. Copy. Guiding now. They dashed left. Corridor narrowed. Pipes hissed steam bursts. Mara dodged a spray, scalding even through Eva. Air's breath warmed Mara's neck. Rupture ahead. Seal it. Mara dropped to one knee. Dropped Air gentle against the wall. Pulled patch foam from thigh pouch. Ripped the tab. White foam erupted, foaming into a jagged hole breach. Air whistled, then stopped. Sealed. Mara glanced back. Their trail glowed with frost. She sprayed foam across the corridor behind, blocking the freeze vents. Route stayed open. For now. Smart, Ear murmured. Voice synthetic through suit comms. Others cut. You mend. Protocol. Mara lifted her again. Ire lighter than expected. Stasis atrophy. But strong grip.
Keeps us breathing.
Juno pinged. Kess hails. Demands vault access.
Ignore. Free cycle. 20 seconds.
The deck shuddered. Metal screamed distant. Salvage cutter bit into the derelict's hull. Kess's rig chewing for profit. Sparks flew ahead. Bulkhead buckled. Mara cursed. Crawl space! There! She dragged Ear sideways. Narrow vent grate. Mara punched the release. Grate flew. She shoved Air in first. Tendrils trailing. Then dove after. Crawled blind. Elbows scraped. Air ahead, whispering directions. Up 5 meters. Vent forks right. Vibrations guided her. Air's alien sense read the ship like braille. Mara's human strength pushed them through. Cutter whine grew. Hull flexed. They're carving the vault, Juno snapped. Your position. 200 meters from airlock. Air support. 22%. Move. Mara rammed a jammed grate. It gave. They tumbled into another corridor. Warmer here. Relative. Frost clung to Air's foil. Mara checked seals. Intact. You good? Ear's violet eyes met hers through the helmet visor. Lumens pulsed faint. Cold claims me soon. Trust you did not demand. Mara nodded, peeled back a foil flap, pressed gloved hand to Air's chest plate, felt the weak thrum beneath. Consent first. Always. Can you walk? Tendril squeezed her arm. Try. Air slid down. Legs wobbled, muscles rebuilding from stasis. Mara steadied her, arm around waist. They staggered forward. Corridor lights flickered. Alarms wailed ship-wide. Derelict defenses activated. Automated traps from its glory days. A grate slammed shut ahead. Mara sprayed foam. Frothy seal held. Keep mapping. Ayer's hand on hull. Fingers splayed. Tremor shift. Kess breaches midship. Path clear. 10 meters. They ran. Ear leaned heavy. Mara's legs burned. Sweat slicked inside suit. Juno counted. Cutter 60% through vault plating. Kess deploys drones. Airlock 30 seconds. Air 18%. Kess's voice boomed over open channel. Vance, that's my score. Alien tech worth billions. Drop her, or we vent your lock. Mara muted him. Not today. Laser fire pinged behind. Drones swarmed the corridor. Mara spun. Fired her pulse rifle. 2 down. Ear snatched a loose panel. Flung it. Crushed a third. My ship. My traps. Collaboration clicked. Human firepower. Alien cunning. They bolted. Airlock loomed. Juno's shuttle docked tight. Free cycle hit. Walls iced instant. Air stumbled. Mara caught her. Hoisted full carry. Again. Got you. Tendril brushed Mara's jaw. Through open comm. Why care? Strangers plunder. Seen too many left behind. Mara kicked the airlock panel. It hissed open. You're not cargo. Drones buzzed closer. Kess yelled, Surrender the vault, bitch! Mara fired blind. Sealed the outer door. Dragged Air inside. Cycle clanged shut. Pressurized. Inner door yawned. Juno's voice. Strap in. Detach in 10. Mara laid Air on the med slab. Tubes snicked home. Scans lit green, patch holding. She yanked her helmet. Air hit clean, laced with alien ozone. Air's claws caught her wrist. Retracted. You asked. Waited. Shared Air readouts. Protocol. Is kindness. Mara squeezed back. Knelt close. Fought beside you. Mutual. Violet eyes locked. Tendrils uncoiled slow. Brushed Mara's cheek. Soft probes. Skin tingled. Warmth bloomed. Unasked. Air's voice shed static. Pure harmonics layered. Centuries alone. Breaches broke others. You seal. Mara traced a tendril. Silken. Pulsing. Seal what's worth it. Juno flickered blue hologram. Support stable. 72 hours. Kess locks on. Warp 60 seconds. Drone scratch hull. Air tugged Mara nearer. Lumens synced to her pulse. Bond. Stirs. Not machine stasis. Alive. Mara leaned. Lips grazed tendril tip. Consent mirrored. Alive. Kess hammered comms. Vance. Billions in her vault. Hand over. Mara ignored. Strapped ear secure. Buckled beside. Juno. Punch it. Warp coils wind high. Stars blurred. Kess's ship shrank astern. Air's tendril laced fingers. Destination. Core worlds. Sanctuary. Mara watched her eyes dim. Sleep take hold. Stabilized. But the derelict secrets clung. What vault tech did Kess chase? And why did Air guard it alone so long? Juno chimed soft. Warp stable, but Kess pings relays. He follows. Questions for her when she wakes. Mara stroked the tendril. Plenty. Hull vibrations faded, but new ones hummed. Bond forming. Kess loomed distant threat. Air's past a locked vault. Mara's med scans beeped anomaly. Something stirred in Air's bioreds. Not failure. Growth. Juno pulsed. Anomaly confirmed. Her systems adapt. To you. Human baseline syncing alien harmonics. First contact side effect. Mara's pulse quickened. Ears lumens flickered in sleep. Shared rhythm. Kess's shadow trailed. Sanctuary waited, but trust that bolted deeper. A proximity alert pinged. Kess. Closed faster than warp predicted. Mara gripped Air's hand. Ship defenses primed. Rescue half done. Now, outrun the hunter. Air stirred faint. Path clear? Not yet. Mara smiled grim, mapping it together. Drones ghosted sensors. Chase ignited. Mara's fingers slammed the hail button. Salvage crew, this is Rescue Specialist Mara Vance, Solace Beacon Protocol. I've got a live beacon signature. Alien female, critical stasis failure, medical extraction authorized. Stand down. Static crackled. Ear's tendril twitched in Mara's gloved hand. The alien woman's lumens pulsed faint blue against the vault's dim glow. Mara squeezed gently. Consent first. Always. Kestor's voice cut through. Rough. Amplified. Vance, you're off your lane. That vault's ours. Claim filed hours ago. Beacon law don't cover Xeno relics. She's alive. Mara keyed bioscans to broadcast. Heartbeat flatlined on alien metrics, but harmonics thrummed. Stasis decay at 87%. I extract, or she dies. Your call. Ear's eyes flickered, multifaceted. Like shattered opals, she rasped voice silk over gravel. No claim. Custodian. Leave. Mara leaned close. Not leaving you. Not if I move you. Ear's tendril curled. Yes. Mara unlatched the stasis pod. Cold gel sloughed off iridescent skin, light as spun crystal. Kess laughed. Comms overrode her channel. Custodian? Billions in vault tech. She's cargo now, marked and logged. Surrender her, Vance, or we venture shuttle. Sensors lit. Salvage drones swarmed the derelict's hull. Lock-ons pinged Mara's EVA suit. She yanked air free, slung the alien over her shoulder. Consent mirrored in that tendril grip. Juno. Status. Her ship's AI snapped back. Shuttle prepped 200 meters coreward. Drones inbound. 45 seconds. Life support on her? 22 minutes max. Mara bolted into the dark corridor. Zero-G propelled her, mag boots clicking off. Ear weighed nothing. Centuries in stasis hollowed her. Hang on. We're ghosts still, shuttle. Kess's voice boomed again. Tracked you, medic. Bolts primed to blow if you breach outer locks. Hand her over. Ear stirred against Mara's back. He lies. Vault. Mine. A tendril snaked to Mara's wrist panel. Tapped code. Mara's HUD glitched, then cleared. Decoy beacons fired from her suit pack. 3 ghosts bloomed on sensors, scattering toward engineering vents. Nice trick. Mara grinned, pivoting hard. Bulkhead shadows swallowed them. Juno, spoof those decoys. Full scatter. Done. Drones chasing phantoms. But Kess's crew boards in 90 seconds. Corridors twisted like frozen veins. Mara dodged debris, shattered conduits from the derelict's last gasp. Eyre's breath hitched. Why help? Strangers breach. Protocol. Mara vaulted a gap. Beacons call. We answer. You're not cargo. Truth layered deeper. Ear's touch hummed. Sinking to Mara's pulse. Alien harmonics meshed human steady. Kess overrode again. Vance! Scanners paint her dead. Vault tracker cold. You stole my payday! Proximity klaxons wailed. Mara hit the shuttle bay outer lock, spun the wheel. Air hissed. Inside, Juno's lights blinked urgent. Crew breach confirmed. 60 seconds to your position. Mara dumped air into the medbay cradle, strapped her secure. Tendril laced Mara's fingers. Trust, flicker. Ear's free hand snapped to a vault control rod protruding from her suit interface. Crack. It sheared clean. Scanners across the derelict flatlined. Ear's signature vanished. Dead. To them. Her lumens brightened. Go! Mara buckled in beside her. Juno. Punch it. Warp coils whined high. Stars blurred beyond the viewport. Kess's salvage ship shrank astern. Drones veering confused. Air's tendril tightened. Destination. Core worlds. Sanctuary. Mara watched her eyes dim. Sleep reclaiming. Stabilized. But the derelict secrets clung. What vault tech did Kess chase? And why did Air guard it alone so long? Juno chimed soft. Warp stable, but Kess pings relays. He follows. Questions for her when she wakes? Mara stroked the tendril. Plenty. Hull vibrations faded. New ones hummed. Bond forming. Kess loomed distant threat. Air's past a locked vault. Mara's med scans beeped anomaly. Something stirred in Ear's bioreds. Not failure. Growth. Juno pulsed. Anomaly confirmed. Her systems adapt to you. Human baseline syncing alien harmonics. First contact side effect? Mara's pulse quickened. Air's lumens flickered in sleep. Shared rhythm. Kess's shadow trailed. Sanctuary waited. But trust? That vaulted deeper. Proximity alert pinged. Kess closed faster than warp predicted. Mara gripped Ayer's hand. Ship defenses primed. Rescue half done. Now, outrun the hunter. Ear stirred faint. Path clear? Not yet. Mara smiled grim, mapping it together. Drones, ghosted sensors. Chase ignited. Mara punched evasive thrust. Juno's alarm spiked. Incoming lock. Point defense hot. Fire. Mara shielded Air's cradle. Bolts lanced out, shredding the lead drone. Fragments sparkled void black. Air's eyes snapped open. Threat vector. Flank low. Her tendril pointed HUD overlay. Alien instincts overlaid Mara's scans. Perfect mesh. Mara jinked. Second drone vaporized. How'd you... Custodian. Vault defenses. Memory. Air's voice steadied. Lumens synced to Mara's heartbeat. You... Anchor. Kess's hail pierced.
Thief! That tech's black market gold.
Surrender, or I board. Mara muted him. Juno, relay jump. Mask our trail. Relays jammed. He's got jammer drone. ETA to intercept. 8 minutes. Air unstrap partial. Tendril interfaced Mara's panel. Code flowed. Vault echo spoof his jammer. Her biofield pulsed. Human steady amplified alien precision. Sensors cleared. Relays pinged free. Mara grinned. Teamwork. Air's tendril traced Mara's palm. Consent deepened. Centuries alone. You. Choose me. Beacons don't lie. Mara checked seals. Ayer's life support hummed stable. Human touch extending it. Rest. I've got watch. Kess's ship loomed larger. Missiles streaked. Point defense danced. One grazed hull. Sparks flew. Juno barked. Shields at 72%. Reroute power. 2 engines. Mara hauled Air closer. Protective. Warp 2.5. Now. Coils screamed. Space folded. Kess fell back. Again. Air's head lolled on Mara's shoulder. Sanctuary? Real? Real as this? Mara kissed the tendril tip. Soft glow answered. But Juno intruded. Anomaly evolves. Her cells regenerate. Your proximity. Catalyst. Mara eyed the scans. HFY whispers. Normal care. Extraordinary heal. Kess pinged ahead. Relay net lit with bounties. Vance wanted. Cargo recovery. Rescue flipped theft. Price on Ear's head. Mara armed torps. Let him try. Ayer murmured. Together. Hull groaned. Jump complete. Core worlds beckoned. But Hunter closed. Trust sealed and grip. Escape just began. Alerts blared anew. Kess's boarding pods detached. Suicide run. Mara primed countermeasures. Air's tendril wove tighter. Shared pulse thrummed defiance. Juno. Evasive pattern Delta. Executing. But he's predicted it. Air's eyes gleamed. No. Vault pattern Zeta. Code streamed across Juno's main hollow. Ear's tendril pulsed against Mara's wrist, feeding vault pattern Zeta into the nav core. Integrating! Juno snapped. Evasive locked. Pods inbound. 3 minutes. Mara gripped the stick. Execute. Thrusters fired. The shuttle bucked, weaving through debris fields of the salvage zone. Kess's boarding pods split formation. Hunter drones blooming from their hulls like angry wasps. Ear's eyes flickered. Her life support hissed. Faint. Irregular. Mara glanced at the bioreads. Stasis decay accelerating. They needed clear space. Fast. Strap in tighter, Mara said. She reached for Air's harness but froze. Permission to adjust? Air's tendril nodded. Slow curl of blue light. Mara clicked the restraint secure, hands careful over the alien's iridescent skin. No assumptions. Protocol held, even mid-chase. Hull rattled. A pod grazed past. Ion trail scorching shields. Juno? Status? Shields 58%. Pattern Zeta confuses their fire control. Barely. Her vitals dropping. Stasis interface failing. Mara's jaw tightened. Air slumped against the co-pilot rest, tendrils limp. Centuries in that vault had wired her to failing tech. Touching wrong could fry her neural links. Ear, talk to me. Mara kept voice steady. Can I check your interfaces?
Silence.
Then a tendril lifted, weak. It brushed Mara's fingers, guided them to Air's throat. A mark glowed there, subdermal sensor, etched in fractal silver.
Pulse phrases, ear whispered. Voice like wind through crystal.
Read? Yes. Mara pressed 2 fingers light to the mark. No deeper. A rhythm thrummed under skin. Binary poetry. Fast, slow, fast. Data bloomed in her implant. Consent clear. Pain levels yellow. Trust threshold opening.
Got it.
Mara smiled tight. Yes, sounds like that. Ear's eyes sharpened. Tendril squeezed Mara's palm. Affirmation. Drones closed. Point defense lasers stitched space, clipping 1. Explosion lit the viewport. Mara banked hard. Juno. Reroute O-power to forward guns. Acknowledged. But her system's cascading. Need manual stabilizer, she codes out. Mara scanned Air's form. Lacerations from vault breach wept luminescent fluid along her side. Stasis seals torn. Infection risk high. Ear. Injuries. Sterilize and stitch. Tendril tapped. Yes, rhythm. Pulse phrase steady. Mara pulled the medkit one-handed. Shuttle shuddering under fire. Spray sterilized the gash. Foam sealing edges. Needle gun word pulling synth thread tight. Ear tensed. Bioluminescent veins flaring. Halfway through, a tendril tapped Mara's wrist. No signal. Sharp double tap. Mara stopped instant. Needle hovered. Understood. Halting. Air's pulse phrase shifted. Gratitude wave. She couldn't risk full human meds yet. Allergens unknown. Pods locked on. Mara fired torpedoes. 2 bloomed fireballs. 1 pod survived. Grappling hook deploying. Brace! Mara yanked Air close, protective arm across her chest. Hull groaned as the hook bit. Juno blared. Boarders, incoming! Airlock breach in 90 seconds. Air stirred. Her tendril wove into Mara's suit port, linking direct. Data flooded. Bond marker protocol. Alien code. Ancient. What's this? Mara asked, not pulling away. Imprint. Ear rasped. Stabilize me. Risk. Permanent. Mara's implant pinged warnings. Cross-species link could bind neural paths forever. Her brain, her choices, tied to ears. Eyes met. Ears glowed soft. Pulse phrase begging. Choose. Permission? Mara echoed her own rule. Tendril curled yes. Mara accepted the stream. Warmth spread, like sunlight in veins. Ears decay reversed. Cells knitting. Stasis hum steadying. Link live, Juno reported. Her regen spiking. Your baseline vitals catalyzing it. Human proximity. Miracle baseline. Shuttle lurched. Boarding team cut through airlock. Kess's voice boomed over comms. Vance, Vault prize is mine. Eject her. Walk away. Mara armed the breach charge. Not today, door. Air's hand, 4-fingered cool, clutched Mara's arm. Shared pulse thrummed. Bond sealed. Mara triggered charges. Airlock exploded outward, sucking 2 boarders into void. The third tumbled, clawing for purchase. She torched him with a suit torch. Clean. Clear, Juno said. Pod detached. Kess pulling back. Warp signature. Mara exhaled. Air leaned heavier, breath sinking to Mara's. Bond hummed quiet. Sanctuary. Ear murmured. You learned yes. Mara traced the throat sensor. Pulse answered, deeper now. Teaching me. Centuries alone. And you choose trust. Tendril tip brushed Mara's lips. Glow brightened. Juno chimed. Core worlds in range. But scans show relay bounties updated. Kess tagged you both high value. Mara checked guns. Full load. Let the hunters come. Air's eyes gleamed. Together. Warp coils whined. Space stretched. But sensors pinged. Kess's main ship jumping parallel. Not done. Mara strapped tighter. Ears tendril stayed linked. Shared defiance pulsed. Debris field cleared. Open black ahead. Life support hummed perfect. Human touch extending alien life. Kess's missiles streaked again. Point defense danced. One hit true. Alarms wailed. Hull breach forward. Juno, seal it. Sealed. But engines at 40%. She's stable. Your bond holding. Mara hauled debris barricade. Shielding ear. Gunfire echoed from a fresh pod latch. Boarders again. Mara fired bursts. Dropping 1. Ear's tendril fed targeting data. Vault precision overlays. Flank left, Ear whispered. Mara spun. Stitched the second, last one charged. Ear's free tendril lashed out. Whipped fast, ancient custodian strength. Wrapped the boarder's neck, snapped it clean. Silence fell. Mara stared. Vault skills? Air dimpled. First smile. Balance. You protect. I strike. Juno snorted binary. Efficient, jump ready, but Kess closing fast. Mara punched it. Stars blurred. Ear's head rested on Mara's shoulder. Bond warmed. Pulse phrase. Love. Mara felt it echo in her nerves.
Yes.
Not words yet, Mara said. But I hear you. Tendril kissed her palm. Glow answered. Relays lit. Core patrol inbound. Kess veered off, cursing comms. Safe vector, but Juno intruded. Bond. Evolving. Her neural map integrating yours. Permanent? Mara glanced at Air, sleeping now. Peaceful, worth it. Core world swelled. Sanctuary beacons pulsed. Kess's shadow lingered in scans. Hunt ongoing. Ear stirred. More yes to learn? Mara grinned. All of them. Shuttle dove into friendly lanes. Trust forged in fire. Rescue shared. But alarms flickered. Relay net bounty spiked. Kess rallied contractors. Mara armed all weapons. Air's tendril tightened. Escape far from over. Pulse phrase thrummed. Together. She couldn't say the words yet, so she taught him what yes sounded like. Wait. No. Mara felt it deep. Air's yes, rewriting everything. Human care, alien bond. HFY real. Jump gates loomed. Final sprint. Kess's fleet pinged. Full pursuit. Pattern Zeta variant, Ear said. Code streamed anew. Mara punched nav. Teamwork. Shields flared. Missiles danced harmless. They broke through missiles, streaked past the shuttle's hull. Mara yanked the stick hard left. Debris chunks loomed in the blind scan. Twisted salvage hulks from the old war. She threaded the needle, thrusters firing in bursts. Organ support cycle 3 of 5, Juno droned. Air xenotech failing. Bond incomplete. She dies without surge authorization. Mara's gloved hands clenched the controls. Ear lay strapped beside her, tendrils limp against the crash webbing. Blue glow flickered faint from her vault core implant. Centuries in stasis, alone. Now this. Copy. Keep shields maxed. Mara dodged a girder the size of a freighter. Sparks lit the viewport as shrapnel pinged off. Kess's voice crackled over open comms. Vance, that vault's mine. Salvage rights filed. Hand her over, or I scrap you both. Go void yourself, door. Mara killed the channel. Her shuttle bucked through the debris cloud. Ion storm brewed ahead. Scans painting it red. Cycle 2, Juno ticked. Pulse weak. Prep surge? Not without her yes. Mara glanced at Air. The alien's iridescent skin dulled. No trust yet. Centuries of isolation did that. Proximity klaxon screamed. Kess's rammer closed from starboard. Ugly brick of a salvage tug, grapples extended. He slammed into her flank. Metal groaned. Shuttle spun wild. Alarms wailed. Mara fought the tumble. Stars wheeling outside. Impact breach Bay 3, Juno snapped, tumbling toward storm. Core patrol 12 minutes out. Air cycle 1. Mara slapped the power grid. Non-critical systems died. Lights dimmed to emergency red. Navox offline. Weapons cold. Only mains, thrusters, and life support hummed. Hand flying now. She gripped the stick. Feet on pedals. Felt the drift through her bones. Debris whipped by. Too close. Air stirred. A tendril brushed Mara's arm. Weak pulse. Question. Hold on. Mara unstrapped one side. Twisted over ire. Shielded her with her body. Bracing against the bulkhead. G-forces crushed them together. Ear's cool skin pressed Mara's suit. Heartbeat fluttered faint against her chest. Storm edge hit. Ion winds buffeted. Shuttle groaned. Panels rattling. Mara feathered opposite thrusters. Slowed the spin inch by inch. Sweat stung her eyes inside the helmet. Kess's tug loomed in the rear cam. Firing grapples. One latched the tail. Tug yanked hard. Mara triggered emergency cutters. Plasma sliced the grapple line. Recoil shoved them sideways. Free, but tumbling faster. Air, Mara gasped. Need your yes. Bond surge. It'll link us. Save your organs. But only if you choose. Air's eyes fluttered open, violet slits glowing dim. She lifted a hand, forefingered, trembling, pressed her forehead to Mara's visor. Cool touch pierced the plasteel like thought. Pulse flooded Mara's nerves. Images, endless dark vaults, automated drones her only company, betrayals long ago. Then warmth, Mara's steady hands in the stasis chamber, gentle uncoupling from failing tech. Tendril coiled Mara's wrist. Glow surged brighter. Neural map bloomed in Mara's mind. Yes, full authorization. Trust. Got it. Mara punched the console. Bond surge initiated. Energy arced between them. Air's vault core dumping power straight into Mara's suit relays, then back amplified. Air arched. Gasped. Organs stabilized. Cycle reset. Her tendrils tightened, weaving into Mara's suit seals. Shared vitals pinged on HUD. Synced. Shuttle stabilized. Mara re-engaged power. Thrusters roared. She pulled up hard, away from the storm's maw. Kess veered in again. What the void was that? She's waking. Cannons hot. Mara fired a warning spread. His tug jinked, but she clipped his engine SL. Flames bloomed. Core patrol inbound. Juno cut in. Kess retreating. Vector clear to jump gate. But bounty posted. Contractors vectoring. Mara eased back into the pilot seat. Air unstrapped fully now, tendrils exploring. One traced Mara's jawline through the visor seal. Pulse phrase hummed. Gratitude. More. Welcome back, Mara said. She popped her helmet, tasting recycled air. Air's scent, ozone and crystal, filled the cabin. Air leaned close, forehead to Mara's again. Skin to skin. No visor. Warmth deeper. You, shielded, chose my yes. No take. Mara nodded. Protocol, consent first. Her hand covered Air's. Human palm to alien. Bond thrummed steady. Debris thinned. Jump gate swelled on scans. Friendly lanes beyond. But Juno pinged. Relay net active. Kess rallying 3 more. ET 8 minutes. Air's eyes sharpened. She tapped the console. Tendrils interfacing direct. Code streamed. Old war patterns. Vault custodian hacks. Pattern Zeta variant. I know. Mara grinned. Teamwork. She punched nav inputs from Air's feed. Shields flared as fresh missiles danced in. They weaved the gate approach. Kess's fleet pinged close. Salvage bruisers, guns hot. Mara rolled the shuttle, evading. Ear's hacks jammed their targeting. One contractor grazed them. Hull sparked. Mara vented countermeasures. Cloud of chaff bloomed. Jump ready, Juno barked. Initiate. Air's tendril squeezed Mara's pulse. Together. Yes. Mara slammed the drive. Stars blurred to hyperspace streaks. Core worlds swelled on the other side. Sanctuary beacons pulsed welcome. But scans lingered on Kess's shadow. Hunt ongoing. Air rested her head on Mara's shoulder. Bond warmed fully now. Neural maps integrated. Permanent link. Pulse phrase love. Ear murmured. Voice soft harmonics. Mara felt it echo in her nerves. Not words yet. But I hear you. Tendril kissed her palm. Glow answered. Relays lit. Patrol inbound. Friendly this time. Kess veered off, cursing over open comms. Safe vector. Mara glanced at Air, sleeping peaceful. Worth it. Juno snorted binary. Bond evolving. Her system stable. But bounty spiked. Contractors inbound. Mara, armed weapons. Air stirred. More yes. To learn. All of them. Mara dove into friendly lanes. Trust forged. Alarms flickered anew. Kess rallied full fleet. Escaped far from over. Pulse phrase thromed. Together, shuttle banked hard. Incoming fire lit the void. Mara fired back, precise bursts crumpling a lead pursuer. Ear's tendrils danced over aux controls. Jammers up. Left. Debris pocket. Mara yanked into it. Wreckage shielded them. Kess's ships overshot. Gate cluster ahead, Juno timed. 3 jumps to core security. 1 contractor latched grapples. Mara spun, ramming its bridge. Explosion lit rear cams. Ear winced but nodded. Protect. I strike. Her hack fried the next target's engines. They broke the cluster. Final sprint. Kess closed, guns blazing. Mara shielded Air again, body over hers as blasts rocked them. Hold. Forehead press. Yes surged anew. Power boost. Shields held. Jump gates loomed. Mara punched it. Hyperspace swallowed them. Quiet now. Ayer's breath synced with Mara's. Bond deep. Rescue shared. But bounty pinged eternal. Kes wouldn't stop. Mara smiled. Human care, net alien yes. They'd face it together. Tendril tightened. Hope pulsed. Hyperspace ejected the shuttle into contested lanes. Alarms screamed. Kes's fleet swarmed the exit point. 6 cutters, guns hot. Mara slammed the yoke. Juno! Shields double front. Reallocating. Juno snapped. Air stabilizer at 23%. Bond surge incoming? Except? Air's tendrils tightened on Mara's arm. Her eyes flickered open, iridescent under failing lights. Bioelectric hummed between them, a warm pulse demanding entry. Mara gripped the node port. Consent surged first. Protocol. Always. She jacked in. Accepted. Energy flooded. Mara's nerves lit up, rerouted straight into Ear's stabilizer. The alien woman's chassis whirred alive. Readouts spiked green. Ear gasped, body arching against Mara. Power. Shared. Air's voice hummed through the bond. Tendrils wove into Mara's suit, anchoring deep. Kes's lead cutter locked missiles. Mara banked hard. Debris from prior kills pelting hull. Ear. Options. Sanctuary claim. Ear's claws danced over console. Surge fueled her hack-legal beacon blasting wide. Custodian protocol. Vault Air broadcasts. Kes's comms crackled. What the? Systems freeze. All weapons offline. His fleet stuttered. Cutters veered wild, guns dark. Mara punched throttles. That's our window. Shuttle rocketed past. One contractor broke free, grapples whipping out. Mara rolled, sliced them with point defense lasers. Explosion bloomed behind. Ayer leaned in. Forehead pressed Mara's helmet. Yes. Holds. Pulse thrummed. Shields reinforced. They threaded the swarm. Kes bellowing curses over open channel. Vance! That freak's mine! Bounty triples! Keep dreaming, Mara muttered. She dodged a wild shot, then hit the next gate. Hyperspace again. Short jump. Quiet hit. Ayer slumped, tendrils loosening. Stabilizer held at 78%. Mara's skin tingled. Bioelectric echo fading. Juno chimed. Neutral station ahead. Docking in 90. Bounty at 4.2 mil. Kes rerouting. Mara unjacked. Dock us clean, Air, you good? Air nodded, eyes locking. Shared now. Trust, yes. Docking clamps thudded home. Station airlock cycled. Neutral ground. No extradition. Mara helped Ear stand. Alien frame trembled. Centuries of stasis atrophy showing. Tendrils coiled gentle around Mara's waist. Walk with, Air whispered. Mara nodded. Not letting go. They stepped into open light. Station concourse buzzed. Traders, haulers, no questions asked. Ear's vault tech hummed faint, drawing stares. Whispers rippled. Custodian? Live one? Kes's bounty pinged Mara's wrist unit. Contractors lurked at edges, eyes hungry. Mara pulled Air closer. Hand on her back, guiding through crowds. Protective, steady. Ear's breath hitched. Light hit her face full. First in centuries. She blinked, tendrils flexing. Air. Not free yet. Mara scanned exits. Security drones hovered neutral. Sanctuary claim bought time. We claim asylum here? Ear shook head. Better. Contract. They reached Central Plaza. Hollow billboards flashed laws. Ira stopped, turned. Claws cupped Mara's helmet, lifting visor. Iridescent eyes met brown, raw, searching. Century stared back. Loneliness etched in faint scars, stasis webs. You gave yes. Air's voice softened, translator purring. Not command. Shared power. Human care. Extraordinary. Mara's throat tightened. She held still, consent again. Hers now. I am Ear Solon. Volt Air. Air pressed palm to Mara's chest. Bioelectric sparked soft. Offer contract of equals. Bond permanent. Worlds together. Protect each. Learn each. Yes. Station noise faded. Mara's pulse matched Air's hum. Practical medic saw the math. Failing tech. Endless bounties. But this. Partnership. Improvise under pressure. Hope flickered. Human normal. Care without chains. Yes. Ayer's eyes flared light. Tendrils wrapped full. Pulling close. Cheers erupted. Traders witnessing contract seal. Hollow stamped it legal. Kess's voice boomed from comms relay. Sanctuary bullshit. She's salvage. Drones activated. Claim verified. Fleet dispersal ordered. Mara smiled into Air's glow. Together now, they walked on, hand and tendril, bounty pinged irrelevant. Rescue shared. Future contracted. Juno pinged implant. Bond stable. Station secure. Next gate prepped. Kess inbound. Evade pattern updated. Ear squeezed. We strike back. Mara nodded. Your hacks, my shots. Equals. Light stretched ahead. Loneliness ended. Yes began. Shuttle hatch sealed behind. Acceleration pressed them together. Ear's chassis purred steady. Mara's reroute holding. Kess's scouts dotted scopes. Mara armed weapons. Juno, time to core. 47 minutes. Fleet convergence at 52. Air's tendrils interfaced Oz. Jammers evolved. Sanctuary echo disrupts. First scout latched. Mara spun. Ramming. Ear fried its core. Clean kill. Like that, Mara said. Air hummed approval. Human precise. I adapt. They danced through lanes. Debris pockets hid them. Kess closed gap. Weapons thawed by distance. Missiles incoming. Mara shielded Air. Body angled. Blast rocked frame. Shields dipped. Surge? Air asked. Mara jacked in.
Yes.
Power flooded. Ear rebroadcast claim. Wider, laced with Mara's bioelectric signature. Kess's mains froze again. Cutters collided in chaos. Gate! Juno barked. Mara punched it. Hyperspace safe. Air uncurled tendril slow. Pain? For me? Mara checked readouts. Bruises. Nothing breaks. Alien hand traced Mara's jaw. Care protocol? Always. Mara met eyes. Yours too. Station loom, no core neutral hub. Docking smoother. Concourse waited. Contracts binding. Ire stepped into light unaided now. Mara at side. Touchlight. Traders parted. Whispers turned respect. Vault Air walks. Human bonded. Kess's face flashed newsfeed. Furious. Outbid. Air halted at registry. Full claim. Partners Vance Salon. Stamp glowed. Legal forever. Mara exhaled. Bittersweet weight lifted. Centuries captivity. Shared rescue. Air turned. Future? Yes. Mara pulled her close. Intimate press. No words. Hope pulsed. Bond deep. They faced voids together. Human compassion. Alien strength. Alarms flickered distant. Kess adapted. But now, equals. Tendril tightened. Yes, eternal.